G'day folks, welcome back to another update for natural gas, BOIL and UNG, which have all dropped since our last update, and KOLD has risen slightly. This is the heat map we look at for various instruments using the CCI 150 moving averages. So you can see there the natural gas, BOIL and KOLD have neutral predominantly on the monthly. Mixed signal there, but predominantly bullish and neutral on the weekly and predominantly bearish on the daily charts, and I'll go through those charts in a minute. But there's some other instruments for your reference should you wish to trade those. In terms of trading ideas, we look at the trend of the CCI 150 weekly trend, and we trade in the direction of the weekly. So if you're trading on the daily, we trade in the direction of the weekly. If you trade on the intraday, we trade in the direction of the daily trend. Step 2 is we look for a fresh breakout from the moving averages, and we go long or short if it breaks above or below the moving average band. And we close out the trade when the CCI 150 enters into those moving average bands, but also looking at the price chart and the moving averages of the price chart as well. And I'll go through some examples. Also, to support us more, go to the Patreon page where we also look at weekly scans of bullish shares and get some more ideas of trading strategies. So first, looking at natural gas, you'll notice on the monthly we're neutral at the moment. The CCI is broken into that moving average band, albeit it's very narrow. And although the price chart showing a bearish trend, but at the moment we're neutral on the monthly, neutral on the weekly as well. It's in that moving average band, and you'll see it's pulling back on the price chart as well, but back towards these moving averages. And on the daily, it's actually bearish with the CCI trading below that moving average band, likewise on the price chart. Now I've fallen below this previous support at 25.32, and there's no sign yet of another support area, but as soon as that happens, I'll let you know. But at the moment, it's still declining quite substantially. Now, if we draw a Fibonacci, just to get an idea of where it may pause. So it's broken through that 50% barrier, and the next key level is going to be the 61% level. Again, I haven't seen a sign yet of a reversal or a support, but as soon as that happens, I'll let you know. But that'll be the next area to look out for in terms of if it breaches that area, it'll probably fall a lot further. If we go to the hourly chart, and I've got here the daily chart as a reference. So if you're trading on the hourly chart, we trade in the direction of the daily. So in this case, you would have taken short trades from the 17th of June, from that point there on the daily, 17th of June, and that coincided with this area back here. So you would have avoided going short during this period on the hourly if you're trading the hourly or the intraday, and you would have taken some first short trade there at that point there when the CCI broke below the moving average, but also the price broke below the moving average, and you would have closed out your trade in that little area there where you see the blue arrows. You would have taken another potential short trade there, but notice the CCI is rising. So that would have been a small potential break even or a loss. Avoid going long and taking another short trade from that point there and closed it out at that point there when it started breaking into the moving average band. Another short trade, that would have been a nice little trade to take. Another little short trade there, and at the moment you'd still be in a trade with a short trade open a few hours ago at that point there. So BOIL, there's no indicator on the monthly, but you can see there from the price chart, it's very bearish at the moment. On the weekly, we did have a bullish divergence versus lower lows on the price. Made a little bounce, but nothing too dramatic, and it's now falling back down from that area there on the weekly. And on the daily, we did have this support resistance area at 12.28 and 24.69 respectively. Hit that resistance, bouncing down, and now approaching back on this support at 12.28. That was after this little bullish divergence, and that bounced down off that little support area, and then it bounced as high as the 38% level Fibonacci. That's a Fibonacci range to the 100% level, and it went up as far as the 38% level. Going to the hourly chart, again using the daily as a reference, you go take short positions from the 25th of June, and that would have been from that point there on the hourly, and that would have been a nice little trade to take. You possibly would have taken your profits on that one, but notice the price is still declining, and it's actually fallen further through that support area at 13.47. But notice we've got now a bullish divergence. So the bullish divergence you can be read as, you can see there, it's hard to read on the CCI there, but it's pretty much a slightly higher lows versus lower lows on the price. Now, I don't trade these. I look at these as potential to get out of a trade. In this case, if you're going short, it'll be a good opportunity to take your profits off the table. This could actually keep falling, but just to be wise and improve your probability, if you're in profit in this short position, take your profits and wait for a retrace back down to the downside I'd like to see this CCI break to the lower, break lower to be more bearish and to continue trading, but at the moment it looks like it may possibly bounce. Of course, the price can still drop, but again, we're just trying to improve our probability, so always take your profits where you can. Next, we'll look at KOLD. Again, the month is showing no CCI, but it looks like it's at least neutral, if not bearish, if not bullish. On the weekly, it's breaking a fresh breakout to the upside with a bullish movement, but notice the price is still below the moving averages. And on the daily, after being bearish for a number of months, it actually started to break to the upside and actually broken through this previous resistance at 52.10. And again, similar to the Fibonacci rules, we look at where it may possibly find some support or resistance. Here you can see it's broken through that 50% level. The CCI still looks like it's rising, so we may actually see it approach the 61% retracement. And again, if it breaks much higher than that, we're going to see a lot higher prices. Going to the hourly chart, again using the daily as a reference, we'll take long positions from the 26th of June, and that was back around here. You would have taken your long position there when the CCI broke above the moving averages, so did the price, and that would have been a nice little trade to take. And again, taking out any profits when it breaks into that moving average band. It retraced slightly, then it bounced up from there, and that would have been a re-entry at that point, and it'd still been a long trade today on that little area. For UNG, it's been bearish for a number of, actually almost a year and a half now, and it's still falling. Had a bit of a retrace there on the monthly, but still bearish on the monthly. On the weekly, it's neutral. It was bullish for a number of weeks there, a number of months during that little retrace, and that was after this little bullish divergence. Bullish, as I say, higher lows versus lower lows on the price, and it bounced up from there, just a slight bounce. Remember, we don't trade the divergence, we only use them as areas to get out of the trade. So if you're trading this on the weekly, for example, you see that bullish divergence, you would have taken your profits once you see higher lows on the CCI. The same goes for the daily and other time frames. Again, you had a bullish divergence here. The price kept dropping up until that point, and it's finally bounced. Now, these timelines are independent in terms of divergence. They don't always align. So in this case, the price actually bounced up through this previous 1739, would have been a resistance, but actually now we made it a support level. Went as high as this 2160 resistance, hit it twice, and it's bounced down through that support level again. And again, no sign yet of a reversal, and as soon as I see something, I'll let you know. But again, currently we're in a bearish momentum. So going to the hourly chart, again using the daily as a reference, we would have gone short from the 25th of June. That would have been from that point there, taken a short position. You would have been wise to take profits at that point there because the CCI broke into the moving averages, went sideways for a number of hours, and then it dropped. Finally, when it does drop, you'd be in a trade today at that point there with still an open trade. Now, you probably would have made a small few pips there. You notice the CCI has broken into the moving averages, so that may have been reached its limit. So you might want to again take your profits on that one as well. So that's pretty much it. Understanding the logic of trading on the intraday in this case, dependent on the higher time frame. So that's whether you're trading on the daily, trading on the weekly, whatever. Always look at the higher time frame. So if you got value out of the video, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Support us more on the Patreon page, where we also look at bullish and bearish stocks. And we'll see you in a future video. Thanks for watching.